Hey everyone, B2 here, and we're going to take a look today at horse management and breeding, so stay tuned. So the first thing we're going to do is head over to Wale, who is the stable or the shop guy, and you're going to come in and you're going to look down here. You need two things. Technically you only need one, right? You need a horse taming rope, and I think I have some already, but we'll just grab a quick 10 just to make sure we have enough, and then you're going to end up with some raw sugar. This one's kind of an optional. You sometimes don't need, and then I'll show you what I mean by that. We're going to confirm it, buy it, and then we are going to go head out into the world map and look for some horses, right? So I kind of choose to go into Awa's Hill. It's just right by Velia, and instead of pathing there myself, I just do the auto path, hop on my guy. You can see, so I've got a tier 4 horse out right now to show you, with no barding on it, just to kind of show you that it's a little unique. You can get it all white with a yellow tail. We're going to talk about appearance of horses and kind of what this means and kind of how they're set up, right? So once you come into the world map, you can do a couple of things. So you can actually just pop this map open a little bit by selecting that corner of it where it's the down right, and you can see right away there is a horse right over here, right? So if I just dismount and then run over here, we can see if there's a horse, right? So once you get close to it, I'm going to close this map up. Oh, and look at what we have here as a horse, right? So to get this horse, you don't want to stand too close to it. We're kind of standing in a shadow of it, but you don't want to get too close because he does a little charge in the beginning where he just kind of gets on his hind legs. So you tap the rope above it, and then at the bottom right, you tap it again. It ropes it. It says tame the horse, right? He rears up, and then you just move straight into it. Some people are cautious. I just go right to him. It's going to give you two options: feed it a sugar or tame it. We're going to give it a sugar, and it's supposed to up your chances there where it says 50-80. It goes up. Watch. So if I press that again, it goes to 60-80. Now, honestly, I don't think it makes much of a difference because you're just going to get on the horse. It's going to take you into like a mini game of sorts, and you can see you're just supposed to stay in the green, and there's like a little red bar that goes. He bucks it up a little bit. You really don't have to do too much once you get into the zone, just a couple little light touches, and then you pass phase 2. Phase 3 gets a little bit thinner, but again, we're going to go, and then you either get him or he bucks you off, and in this instance, we got it, right? So then if you're doing multiple horses at once, you'll want to, all these little guys, that's why I do the easy one, because all the little guys attack you. I pop it open and say, oh, the next horse is this direction, and then I just flash over and get around this town here. Oop, I flash into a tree, kill some more guys, and if you're looking for knowledge, you can then sometimes just stop and gain some knowledge, or like in this case, if you see one of the vicious guys over here, I just run up to it and just smack it. This one's going to be a really easy one to kill, and he gone, right? So, what do you know? What do you know? So I'm going to head back over to the horse. Sometimes you can get knowledge for those vicious guys. Sometimes they drop some loots, and so it's always neat when you see one just to go ahead and pop off on it. So as we roll over here, here is another horse actually. Very lucky that we got 2 in a row. Sometimes it pops at the different node, and again, you're gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna back up. So I'll show you what happens when you do it when you're close by, right? It'd probably be a good one. So I throw the rope on it. Now the horse is going to disappear. After we get it, it's going to buck up on us and normally knocks us down because we're too close. See? So it says get closer to the horse, and I'm like, I'm close to the horse. What do you mean? So then we look, and there's a couple of horses this direction. So we're going to pop over to another one and then head over. And then see if we can't get another horse, right? So boom, look at that, lucky 3 times in a row. And this one's kind of a unique one. It's got a really dark red color and a yellow mane. I dig it. So we're going to get a little bit close. We're going to toss the rope on, same as we've always done. And now we're going to let it buck. The boom, stomp the ground, and then we're going to move close and then press the tame button right away, and we'll hop on. Now the odds go up or down, but really if you're just traveling around, they're going to pop immediately. You don't have to wait. It's going to be on one of the 3 spawn zones, so it doesn't take much to get these horses, right? So here we go, and then number 3, and then we'll show what it bucks us off because we didn't really raise our rate, right? Boop, bucks us off, horse runs off, disappears, and then you have to go to the next one. So let's go to the closest one, and we'll keep running. So that's an example if you don't use sugar. Now, you can just do this over and over and just never use the sugar and end up roping the horse because it's higher than 60%, right? So he bucks, and then we're just going to move straight in on him. It's going to pop open the tame button again. We're going to hop on his back and run through the mini game. And let's see if we can get one without using the sugar, right? So here we go. You just touch the, your little stick up just a little bit. You get it in the green zone, feather it. And then boom, number 2 and number 3 is right at the same place. So get in there, and did we get him? Oh, he bucks us up again. All right, so you can use the sugar or not. It's just going to take you a little bit longer if you do that. We got some guild messages. What do we got here? What we got? We have enough for guild skill. I actually spent 420. No. There we go. So that's it. Now, to manage your horses, you press on your camp button on the top menu. It says, do you want to proceed? Yes, we're going to hop in here. It will give you the option of your horses, right? So if you do the bottom right, you pan out again. Boom, here it is. Slide down. Now, I didn't really realize this at first, but you can move these around, these buildings. You can put up decorations, and I've done nothing. You guys have not in the comments blasted me yet about having a pretty basic camp. It's like the Starbucks and Uggs of camps. It couldn't be more basic, right? So let's look at this at the stable. If I pop on here, and you're going to hit the manage button. Now, of course, upgrading it will allow you to have more horses and everything. And this is going to show you some horses. I'm pretty generic. It's just brown horse, bacon, sausage, spotted horse. That's the new one that came in. And then, of course, Usain was my fast horse, right? So the Usain Bolt of horses. Now, if you pop on these different horses, you're going to be able to look at the color schemes, right? And you can pick when you tier them up, when you breed them, what the colors are going to be. And I'm actually going to breed one and show you. So this is my top horse, and then I have like a little spotted horse down here. What's great is that it when it's naming it after you catch it, it says spotted hoe. It doesn't do the RSE, but then when you hit it, it saves it. So I got a quick laugh out of that. So if you hit the breed button, now it's going to take you into a menu. Notice that they're both level 10. You have to have the horses level 10 in order to breed, and they're tier 1s. You would select the first one, select the second one, and then you're going to click the appearance button, and you get to pick what the appearance is of your horse, right? So that's just a basic one. There's a black and red, which I think is pretty cool. There's just a standard horse you'd see roaming out in nature, and then there's a horse that has a little bit. So you're going to confirm it in exchange, and you're going to tier the horse up, and then it's just a brown horse. We will name this horse Zach, after my buddy Zach. We'll call him Zach Z. Call him Zach X, and then we will confirm the name. And then I have a horse named Zach X, right? So if I look down the list and I hit breed, I can't breed any because none are maximum level. There's like a level 4, 3, 7, 4. And what you'll do is you'll take these horses with you as you're jumping through boss runs or offline XP or just regular XP. You'll ride them around, and they level up as you level up. So a level 1 horse is super fast. Doesn't take, half a day maybe. The tier 4 horse to get to level 10, if you had them for a couple of days, you could. But I've been flipping them back and forth and not really keeping any one horse going. So again, now I'm going to flip back through the 2s because I've got 4 2s. And so 4 2s will make one, or let me see. So 2 2s will make 1 3. So I'll have 2 3s, and then I'll be able to combine 2 3s and have a 4, and then 2 4s, and I'll have a tier 5 horse. So if you look at the horse's skills per tier, so these are all the different ones that are available. So you can find one that has a defense, one that has attack, but when you go to tier 5 on them, you can actually get an extra 150 hit points for 30 minutes but just by bonding with your horse, or 15% max magic power, which would be really nice. If you're a tank, you'll get 17 defense for 30 minutes. All these little tricks are going to help you advance your characters, right? So you don't want to miss the opportunity to hit a tier 5 horse for free. I think there was higher tiers in the online game, if I'm not mistaken. And then of course when you look at your skills, you'll have a charge. Very effective for when you're PvPing out in the open, doing sieges and stuff. You can actually run next to somebody, hit charge, and actually knock them down. It's pretty cool. Enhanced bonding, which will add 20% of the bonding effect. So if you're getting 15% magic power, you're going to get like another 3% or so, right? So sprint. So if you see those guys when you go to Kazarka and their horses are flashing, it has like a little snap flash. That's the sprint, and it will go super fast. Speed burst is run after jumping. Fast learner, I mean, you can read through the rest of them here. And then pack horse if you wanted to store stuff while you're farming. I don't use that too often. I haven't used it at all actually on the mobile version, but I used it all the time when I was farming on Black Desert Online. It's an extra way to get another 200 weight without having to go back and sell. So I'd farm for a couple of hours, go store the stuff in my horse, go back and farm some more, and then ride my horse back. Now in the mobile version, it doesn't at all slow you down, but in the online version, like if you were overweight, your guy would move half speed, and then eventually he would just start crawling, right? So you can also change the appearance, and there's a little wheel down here, and you can have appearance tickets, right? So if you go down through, this is the one that I chose when I bred, so it's the one that I have, but there's a place to get some appearance tickets and change that. So look, some pretty neat stuff, man. All black. I like the all black one too. The only bad thing is that when you have your barding on it, if I equip the barding, I'm not going to see a lot of the horse, but in this one with the yellow tail, it does look pretty cool. I just don't know that the yellow and the red and the black and all that's kind of a crazy mix of colors, right? So we can equip the other one. That's a better look for it with the yellow tail. But I do like the Karlstein. It's a little bit more skeleton horse, so I typically tend to go with that. You can change skill sets into other things as well, but there's a lot that goes into horses, so hopefully this has helped you out. You can understand how to catch them quickly, where to find them. If you have any questions, hit me up in the comments. Thanks.